This video will present you all the features and the benefits that the emission monitoring system can offer to your company. This platform has been designed and developed by Dynamarine and provides monitoring and analysis tools for vessel consumptions and emissions. Monitoring is based on daily noon reports, which are automatically inserted in databases for further analysis. Once the user logs in, he transfers to a page where he is provided with the latest information about his fleet. The user will see company's KPIs such as energy efficiency operational index and total CO2 emissions from all the vessels in operation. Furthermore, vessel details from the last noon report received will be shown, such as the condition of the vessel, the next arrival port, the estimated time of arrival, the main engine consumption for the last 24 hours, and the engine's RPM. Also, a dedicated vessel EEOI is presented. One feature that needs some attention is the development of the traffic lights indications. These traffic lights indicate whether the daily consumption of the main engine is considered normal, with respect to the historical data recorded in our database for the same vessel and under the same weather conditions. And when by saying weather conditions it is meant conditions with the same current strength, current direction, wind strength and wind direction. This magnifying glass presents the last reported position of the vessel. Finally, in this page the user can also see a graph with all the vessels in the company sorted by the deadweight and with their respective energy efficiency operational index and the total CO2 emissions since they enrolled in the system. Next we have the tab, Ships, where the user is offered tools to upload and keep documents associated with the ship energy efficiency for each vessel. It is more or less a file management tool. Then we go to the Analysis tab. This tab offers tools for detailed analysis for each vessel and also to compare among sister vessels. The user can select a vessel from the drop-down list. Once the vessel is selected, he is offered two options, to either analyze the performance of the vessel or compare it with other vessels. When selecting the Analyze button, two more options are offered: to check the daily performance of the vessel or to create more sophisticated scatter diagrams. Let's go through both of them. We need to select the year to examine, and also, the data that we need to monitor. Right now the condition field and weather filter will be left as they are. 3 random data will be chosen for the purpose of this presentation. Having not selected a specific voyage and only the year, the user is offered a bar chart with all the voyages of 2013, with the average values of the selected data. When a specific voyage is selected, then we get a very detailed daily graph for this voyage, with the 3 values selected at each axis. This graph can be zoomed in and out as much as required by the user, simply with a mouse. Also, the user can expand the graph and print it upon request. Selecting a condition will further filter the presented data. Same happens with selecting a weather status. The scatter diagrams will offer a more mathematical approach in the analysis. Again, the user has to select a year and, if required, a voyage and a condition. When selecting a specific item for analysis, such as the fuel consumption of the main engine, a graph will be created with all the values that have been recorded in our database for 2013. The linear interpolation equation is also shown for statistical analysis. When selecting a weather filter, this will also amend the presented data accordingly. One more selected item will create a dual-axis graph, combining the 2 values. The axis can swap between X and Y upon request, for a better viewing. With this graph the user can see, for instance, the correlation of engine RPM and engine consumption. The last part of the Analysis tab is the vessel comparison. If the user selects the bullet sister, the system will propose the sister vessels for easy comparison. Otherwise, when selecting the other bullet, will offer a selection among all the vessels in the company. For this vessel, there is no sister in the database. So let's go with the other option. 3 vessels and their voyages can be selected, and further proceed with selecting items to compare. Again, we can expand the graph for easy print. From here we can also go directly to the ship overview of the selected vessel. And also, check the noon reports of the vessel. Here the user can export all the data in a CSV file for internal use. The procedure is very easy. The logbook part has been developed in order to easily access the consumption warnings of the vessels as shown in the traffic lights in the Company tab, or check the errors made by the captains in the noon reports, as those have been automatically identified by the system. Let's go through both of them. By selecting the tab warnings, the user receives a list of all his company vessels and the number of red or orange lights recorded in the past. The red lights indicate a high deviation from the optimum consumption and the orange a smaller deviation. By selecting a specific vessel, the user can see in detail the noon reports from which the warnings have been arisen. In the Error tab, the user will be provided with details of the total errors, automatically recorded from the noon reports. Again, selecting a ship will show the user the specific noon reports, with the errors. When opening a noon report, a red font will indicate the position of the error, and the user may correct it and submit the correction in the database. All these corrections will be shown in the Success tab, for recording purposes. Finally, the Export the Report tab offers the user the option to create customized reports for his company. Currently there are two options, to select a vessel report or a daily report. The vessel report will present consolidated data for specific voyages. There will be a column with a specific voyage details and next to it, another column with the average performance of the vessel, as recorded from all the voyages for benchmarking. Then, a pie will be presented with the allocation of the energy for this specific voyage. Also, some generic graphs for consumptions and some technical specifications will be offered. Finally, a detailed table with energy-related details from noon reports for this voyage will complete this report. The daily report offers a user-friendly printout of technical and consumption-related information for all the vessels in the company at a specific date. This was a short presentation of the emission monitoring platform by Dynamarine. This program will continuously improve and offer to our clients the best value and service. Thank you.